guys, it's Lindsay from Perfectly Bookish 5. This is my August wrap-up and September TBR. So right now it is August 30th. I survived my first week back to school with my students, and it was a good week with my students. The only problem was on Monday and Tuesday with the heat index. It was about somewhere between 108 and 110 degrees. Why is that a problem? My school does not have air conditioning. We have air conditioning units in our room. They don't do much. So it was pretty hot and pretty miserable, but I'm proud of my kiddos because they did a really good job. But I was excited because I got this new shirt. Happy Friday! I always say Friday, so when I found this, I had to get it. And I don't know if you can tell, my headband is sparkly little color pencils or crayons, what have you. And so I had fun wearing some new teacher stuff this week. But with that being said, with me going back to school, this was my second week because the first week was back to school for teachers, getting the classroom ready, a training day, that kind of stuff. And then we dove right in with a full week with the kiddos. So I have had reading on the back burner these last 2 weeks. I've just been coming home pretty exhausted, especially those first 2 heat days. Didn't want to do anything except come home and sit in the air conditioning. And so my reading this last 2 weeks was kind of non-existent. There were some books that I had to read because they were ARCs, and I made my way through them, but I just wasn't in the mood or the mindset to read. Being said, I read 10 books this month, and unfortunately, none of them wowed me. I feel like for a long time, not since the beginning of the year, I haven't had a book going, oh my gosh, this is so good. I've read good books, but there isn't any that I've just been so overwhelmed, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I'm waiting to pick up that book. Are some books that I did enjoy. Like I said, I just wasn't wowed like I wanted to be. So looking at my reading journal, I did have 2 books that were 4-star reads. That was Her Greatest Mistake by Hannah Cohen. It is a hockey book. There is a couple, and the guy has been there for a long time, and the girl, she was gone. She came back, so it's kind of rocky when they see each other, and she is kind of avoiding him. So it's rekindling, not even their relationship at first, just trying to get that friendship back, because something happened with parents getting involved and for why they ended up not being together. And I do like a good hockey read, and this was a new to me author. My other 4-star read was Of Heartbreak and Harmony by Britt Benson. This was an ARC that I read. I read 2 ARCs this month, and in this book we have a rock star romance. There is a couple that meets when they're younger, and it's a second chance, and one of them, their career really takes off and their band is a huge hit, and they end up crossing paths, and the guy who is the band member needs a favor, and it just so happens the girl that he runs into is someone from his past, but he doesn't realize it is her. After he runs into this girl, that's when he knows he needs a favor, and he looks her up and finds her right away, and he doesn't know she is from his past. When you read the book, you'll realize why, because their encounter lasted, it was a little more than a weekend, 4 or 5 days. Okay, I guess it's closer to a week, but it was at a music festival, and they weren't together that long. They met there, and like I said, we're together just for a couple days, and that was that. So, but for her, it was a soul-crushing experience, and she remembers everything. She doesn't want anything to do with him, but he is offered a lot of money for this favor, and with her family situation, she can't refuse. Sorry, I read 3 arcs, not 2. It was Taste of Surrender by Rachel Lynn Adams and Kimberly Knight, and then The Beast and His Beauty by Willow Winters. So with that being said, those are 3-star reads, and then I have 4 other 3-star reads to go with that. So 6 3 stars total, and then I have a 3.5 read this month, and that is If You Hate Me by Helena Hunting. This is a hockey romance again. You guys know I love my hockey romance. And the girl in this book, she quits her job and she is in a really crappy apartment situation. Her roommates are a nightmare. And she ends up moving in with her brother, but her brother is actually living with his friend. So it is actually the friend's house. They know each other from when they're younger, but they don't have the best relationship. And she doesn't even have a room here. She's living in the loft. She doesn't have a lot of privacy. She is bickering a lot with the brother's best friend, but tensions run high and they become interested in each other, but they keep it from her brother and things progress from there. My 3-star reads was Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I really wanted to finish this book this month because I am going to Romance Con, which is a week from when I am filming this video, and I wanted to get it done. I've read Kennedy before. This is just a book of hers that I haven't read yet, and it is about a family who has, there might be a trigger warning here, lost a child, and the couple, because of it, started to grow apart. They had different ways of dealing with the loss, and they both had different ways they wanted to find solutions to move on with their lives, and it just wasn't meshing together. They try to go on with their lives, try to see different people, and they do already have other children as well. So they're getting caught in this sticky situation as their parents are trying to figure out what is going on between the two of them. There was one book I did DNF this month, and that was The Court of Sugar and Spice by Rebecca F. Kenny. I have read another book of hers and I really, really enjoyed it. So I was looking forward to diving into this one because this series is like a fairy tale spin-off series because this story follows the Nutcracker, and the reason why I DNF'd it was because there was way too much spice for me. I feel like that's all the book was about, the spice, and there wasn't any story. The writing was fine. I like Rebecca's writing. It's just the story wasn't for me what I was looking for. But diving into my September TBR, I had a plan, but this week totally screwed up my plan because I got 4 arcs all this week. I just got the notifications this week, like a couple days, like one after the other, saying like, congrats, you're gonna get this arc. So one I have to do immediately because it is due, I want to say Tuesday, and then I have one due on Friday, a week from today, and at least the other 2 I have a couple more weeks. I think one's like the 16th, one's the 19th, something like that. So I have some time. These are the books I'm going to prioritize because as I'm still getting into the swing of being back at school and teaching, if I'm gonna focus on just a certain book because I'm still getting back into the reading groove, then these are the ones that it's gonna have to be. So the ones that I have to finish first, King by Sawyer Bennett. This is, oh my gosh, I don't even know what number we're on. Let's go with 12 or 13 of the Pittsburgh Titan series. So I'm really excited for another book in this series. I did start it last night. I was so mad I had my headphones on because it is an audiobook arc, and then all of a sudden my headphones crapped out on me. And yes, I can listen to it without my headphones. I just prefer it because then I can zone in a lot more when I have my headphones on when I'm listening to audiobooks. So I'm excited. Again, look at that, another hockey romance. And this one is hockey too. We have Meant for Gabriel by Natasha Madison. This is also a bit in the series for her hockey romance series. She has a lot of them out there. Definitely go and check them out. This is the Meant For series. Then later in the month, I have Truly, Madly, Deeply by LJ Shen, and I haven't read LJ in a while. I like her, was it All Saints, like the Pretty Reckless, and then the spin-off of that with Broken Nights. That one is my favorite of that series so far. So I'm really excited to read her again because it's been a while. And then the one I got notified yesterday that is going to be sent to my account next week is All Too Well by Corinne Michaels. I really enjoyed her most recent series, so I'm so excited to dive into another book of hers. Then the paperback book that I am picking up tomorrow is a book that I was going to read for August, and well, I mean, tomorrow is August 31st, so I could finish it, but it is, sorry, it's in here. It's Weak Side by S.J. Silvis, and my friends and I picked this to be our read in August because we're all going to Wild and Windy in Chicago. We want to do some buddy reads for the authors that are going to be there, and this was our pick. And like I said, August plans got turned around a little bit with going back to school, and we are not meeting until September 15th. So I have time. I could cheat a little bit, and I don't think I saw on their Goodreads that they started it yet either, so I think they have the same plan as me. Then the other book that I am going to try to read this month is Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver, and Bren is actually an author that is going to be at Wild and Windy. This book has been on my radar for such a long time. I've seen it all over social media, and I just had to get it when I found out she was going to be at Wild and Windy, and I'm really excited to give this a try. Then if I have time, I think I'm going to try to listen to book 2 on audio. Book 2 is Leather and Lark, so hopefully I like book 1, and that I was planning on listening to on my Hoopla app. Hoopla is an app where you can, well, not all libraries, but a lot of libraries use the Hoopla app where you can read ebooks, audiobooks, all fun stuff like that. And I believe it is on there. So I am hoping, if everything goes well, that I can listen to that. So those are my plans for the month of September. I just want to keep it light. I am excited for all these ARCs that I have to read. I'm very thankful that I got selected to receive them. Let me know what were some of your favorite August reads, because I need to find something that is going to wow me. So please tell me what some of your favorites were, and let me know what you are hoping to read in September. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.